Hi there everyone, it's the Masked Fan, and today I'm going to take a look at the Masterverse HeMan and Skeletor 40th Anniversary San Diego Comic-Con exclusive pack from Mattel. Here's the shipper box for the 40th Anniversary set with the exploding rock design and the 40th Anniversary logo. Up in the corner there you'll see the side of the box. And on the rear of the box we have artwork of both Skeletor and HeMan. HeMan, the most powerful man in the universe, and Skeletor, evil lord of destruction. Also a picture of the ring of absolute power. And these are 7 1/4 inch figures. They are Masterverse. And let's pop them out here and see what we got. And here the package shield or seal is sealed shut with a magnet. And you open the chest to reveal our Masterverse HeMan and Skeletor. And it's plastic falling out here. We have the exploding red rocks and the Masterverse logo, as well as the 40th Anniversary logo. And then this write-up, the mightiest battle in the universe. For 40 years, the almighty He-Man and the evil sorcerer Skeletor have been locked in an epic battle for the power of Grayskull to determine who truly is the master of the universe. This is the back side of the panel showing the red rocks exploding. And you just pull it off with this ribbon. And then everything is in there in foam. And you have plastic covering the comics, and Skeletor and He-Man are locked in there with their little bands and plastic covering the weapons here. So I'll go ahead and pop it out and take a look at everything. And here are both He-Man and Skeletor removed from the packaging. The scale is 7 1/4 inch as stated on the package, and similar to all the other Masterverse figures. Right now this is the only way we're getting Skeletor, it seems, but I'm sure he'll get a retail release. He-Man's retail release just started hitting recently in stores. Got him the other day, and I can pull him in here real quick. Pretty much the same figure, just a little bit more detailing on the San Diego Comic-Con. He's got a little bit more wash through the hair. This is a little more silver looking. And he has flocked boot tops and loincloth as well. But overall the same figure. Of course, this set comes with the die-cast weapons, which are quite nice, I must say. I do like that as the nice touch for the San Diego set. However, I'll try to show you here. There's a couple little scrapes and such on the shield right out of the package. I've seen others there. It does a little bit better. I've seen others that have had weapons that were bent a little, and I'm not that worried about the scrapes. There's even a little bit here on the axe. Not super concerned with it. I plan to use the swords for the most part, and Skeletor's staff here is plastic throughout most of it, but the skull itself, not the horns, is die cast, and it's quite nice looking, I believe. It's a good addition for him. And you get 2 open hands that come on the figure when you pick them out of the package. Then you have 1 fist hand and 1 open hand for each figure. Fist hand and another open type hand here for He-Man. And you get the comic books, and I believe these are the original mini comics reproduced that came with these 2 characters back in the 80s. Quite nice. More of a little bit more of a story going on than some of the regular Origins releases, so that's nice to have. Good quality there. And then you get the Ring of Absolute Power here, which has some red eyes that you might be able to see a little bit better if I move this light back there. So that's kind of cool. And then when you open it, you get the 40th anniversary HeMan logo inside, and you can hide some something in there. It fits on my pinky. I don't think that I'll be wearing it around town, but it is a nice addition to the set there. And overall, we have the same articulation you'd expect on any Masterverse. You get the shoulders out, rotation. You have rotation here. You have your elbows. Your hands are able to bend in, out, and you do get a little bit up and down, I feel, on this one. There you go. So he can go down or up, which is helping to get that pose that everyone wants to get with him holding the sword out like that and looking up at it. And you have full rotation, head down, not too much up, but a little bit. If he turns this way, you get a little bit more up, probably because of the hair hitting the neck in a certain way. We have rotation here, rotation at the waist, knee, double joint, kicks back pretty good. You have rotation here at the boot top, if I can get it. So it's a little stiff out of the package. That could be with the flocking too. But you have rotation there on both sides, of course, and then the ankle, and it has some rock back to each side there. So you have forward, backward, and side to side. So you should be able to get quite a good amount of poses out of these guys. Overall, I just think it's a pretty nice set. Although I think the price at $80, for everything you're getting isn't too bad. With the regular Masterverse release, you didn't get the mini comic or anything. The die-cast weapons are probably my favorite thing, and then the flocking I think is nice. However, I do really like the detail on the retail release, on the boots here and on his loincloth. I think the lines really stand out, whereas the flocking is nice, of course, but from a distance, this one looks better. But overall, very nice figures. Skeletor, like I said, I believe he'll get a retail release, and there's no way he can't get a retail release. They wouldn't make a He-Man without a Skeletor, in my opinion. If they did, that would just be crazy. You do have this is a little bit different for He-Man. It's a little bit bigger here than what you had on the Origins figure or the original He-Man figures. So one little update to the design, I guess, making it a Masterverse figure. But overall, these are updated designs from what we all grew up with, and I think they do a really nice job of celebrating the 40th anniversary. And here I just wanted to show He-Man with his shield and axe. He's got his sword back here and it's sheathed. And forgot to point out this articulation here in the chest earlier, but just a nice looking figure. We have in the face here a couple dark spots on the cheeks and forehead, which is more prominent on this than it was on the retail release, and you do have some wash, it looks like, throughout the hair, whereas the retail release just relies on the sculpt to show that off. And kind of like the retail release not having those spots so dark on the forehead and cheeks, it kind of almost looks like he's dirty. And there again, the hair is kind of more relying on the sculpt itself than to add in the detail that this one is. The body has some of that wash on it too for the 40th, or the San Diego Comic-Con release, but it's not as crazy as some of the original pictures that we saw of this version, where it looked like he was wearing spray tan. And both are great releases. Again, I think the die-cast weapons is my main attraction to this one. I do like the flocking, but this detail really stands out from a distance and looks really good on the shelf. So I kind of do prefer this loincloth and these boots. But I do like the silver here. And I kind of wish this was more silver, even if it was just painted silver. And Skeletor, he has a nice bit of like darkening throughout his muscles and such. I think it works a lot better on him than it does with the HeMan figure. And his face is detailed up really nicely. Got a little bit of texture here on his hood. His eyes are red. You get the detail here on the loincloth. And then belt and loincloth. You get spots for pegs. And just quite a nice Skeletor. I do have the New Eternia Skeletor, which I think is quite nice too, and really feels most reminiscent in coloring to the original Skeletor figure I had as a child, but this is really great with this nice shiny die-cast sword. I just definitely dig these San Diego Comic-Con, but I think that if we get a retail release, I'd like to see, other than the die-cast, what else would be different. I imagine just the highlighting and the darkening in the muscles. I can't imagine much is going to be different in the retail release, since they didn't flock anything for him. And with HeMan's shield, you have this back area that's mounted to the die-cast front plate. This is all rubbery plastic, although I did find it kind of hard even with that and trying to pry the hand open to get it on there. So what I did is I popped the hand off, put the hand onto the shield, and then pushed the hand back onto the arm. And again, I do have some battle damage from the factory, but it's fine. I plan to pose him probably with his sword most of the time, but I do really like how he's looking like this. So overall, very pleased. So anyway, that's all I have really for this set. I think it's pretty sweet overall. I do think that retail releases are going to be great for just about anyone else that didn't get this set. I don't think there's going to be much of a need for this one unless you're a completist or just really need those die-cast weapons or the Ring of Absolute Power, which, I mean, who doesn't need a Ring of Absolute Power? For a lot more on Masterverse and just a wealth of knowledge, check out my buddy Brick Something's videos. I'll link one of his down in the description, and give his channel a subscribe. He really has tons of information and a passion for this series as well as others. All right, that's all I got.